told her only time will tell.
She likes that ride in the ice as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Man, I can't trust myself. I don't even need no help. Did it by myself, I don't need no help. Tryna stack money like books on the shelf.
Hundreds in the bag, got me feeling like the man. Shorty body hot sun in the summer on the sand. Way she's working for it, got me feeling like the man. Shorty body hot sun in the summer on the sand.
Did it by myself like a selfie. Nobody try to help me. Came to the club with an island girl. I'ma take it to the crib and let me buy you pearls.
Did it by myself, no one helped me, yeah. Now these bitches want a selfie. I like big gold chains, I like big gold rings. Let me take it to the crib and let me buy you things.
Fell in love with an island girl. I told her only time will tell.
She likes to ride in the ice as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Did it by myself like a selfie, yeah. Nobody try to help me, yeah.
She likes the ice and I ride as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell. Big dog status, two-tone paddock. Stacks in the crib, I got a two-floor attic.
Got a two-floor attic, got your girl in the attic. But I'ma bring her right back, dude, don't panic, I'm savage. And nigga, if it's beef, we can manage.
I know a couple guys who walk around with automatics. I got big dog status, I ain't playing, I ain't average. I'ma leave you hitting static, I'ma leave you hitting static.
Fell in love with an island girl. I told her only time will tell.
She likes the ice and the ride as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Fell in love with an island girl. Yeah. I told her only time will tell.
She likes the ride and the ice as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Take note.
Tino, babe.
Yo, Tino, he'll get his dome pop. Satin blue on his whip, but he ain't no cop. Don't stop, spray up his motor till it smokes up. Cause what I bought for insurance, I have it wrote off, you joker. Suck on your mum and take note, cause the four ring up in his grill. Like grandma stove top, don't flop. Fuck up the game, like this was Roblox. Oh gunner, running this field, I'm for your walk up. Drum roll, load up a cannon and give her more shots. I put your face on a beam, now you're Zordon. Treat you like an old sketchbook, you'll get drawn on. I lead your girl from the back, I'm that raw blood. Wait, who the fuck feels they could do me something? I'll roll up in your ends with a toolie busting. 32 ugly as shit, like Miss Rooney's husband. Somebody cut me a deal, I'm just too disgusting. Niggas think they next in line, but they ain't doing nothing. Mask on, metal in hand, Freddy Krueger's coming. Tools all up in your home, I'm here to fix the plumbing. House blown, toaster run, leak gas from your oven. Diol on your girlfriend's face, and she best get to sucking. Head game resemble my dad, cause it was good for nothing. Yeah, I'm still vegan, but I'm down for beef. Niggas think they slick with a dialect, but talk is cheap. Watch your mouth, little nigga, because I roll with heat. Top said there's no returns, and I see no receipt. I put your boy in the back like he was groceries. Riding round with the burner boy in case I find any extendo. Licking off shots until it overheats. No mask, did it barefaced, just so they know it's me. Eyes closed, chest wide open, heart surgery. Usher said just let it burn, let's make it third degree. Niggas think everything's jokes until you shoot his queen. Shot was funny as shit, it barely missed the bean. Wax on, then wax off to leave the burner clean. Then open up the Uber app to flee the murder scene. Waving a stick will make them levitate. I raise a toast in the air, let's celebrate. See a couple holding a blade like it's wedding day. And you can leave with a slash, just like wedding cake. Bitches on snap in the snacks. Oh no you ain't, know your place. Word to flawless, you look like bellyache. Beat my dick all off in the face and let it detonate. All facts, just ask your mum, she'll demonstrate. Damn right babes, I'm a jerk, just let it marinate. I gave it a beat like I was Penfold. And some retarded head, my tongue's mental. Babes, if you died and you died, cause you was meant to. Nigga, all I do is draw, I'm a pencil. Run up on you niggas like the rent's due. Dude, screwed, if I see food, you're on the menu. Your homies have to find the Dragon Balls to resurrect you. Fuck it, you niggas can all hate. I'm better than all of you niggas I don't rate. If your girl's fit, 4+4, she'll get 8. I'm a chiropractor back, just setting them all straight. Scorps, take note.
Yes, yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, where we discuss all things in regards to Manchester United, who, with the win against Nottingham Forest 3-2 at Old Trafford, secured we already secured Champions League football, but secured a third place finish in the Premier League. And if you remember where Manchester United was at when Michael Carrick took the interim role, you know what a stellar job he has indeed done. So we'll be discussing the game. Obviously, Manchester United finishing third, Champions League, potential recruitment in regards to players incoming, players outgoing as well, because we found out that Højlund, because Napoli secured Champions League football in Serie A this weekend, that we will get money for Rasmus Højlund. Tyrell Malacia will be leaving at the end of the season on a free as well. So we'll be discussing all those things plus more. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, please, people. Well, big up everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV as always. I hope everyone's having a blessed Monday. I hope every single person is good. Well, make sure, first and foremost, you hit the like button on the video. Pay the tax when you enter the city of sarcasm. So whether you're watching this live right now or whether you're watching this back after, hit the like button on the video. Follow and share across all the socials. Yes, it's flawless. At Sarcasm City TV, at Sarcasm City TV, Yes, it's flawless on Twitter and Instagram, people. So retweet, like on Twitter, share on Instagram, follow across all the socials. Again, at Yes, it's flawless, at Sarcasm City TV. Because anytime we go live on here or Sarcasm City TV Extra, I always post it out. And just as important, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell as well. Road to 17,000 road to 17,000 subscribers, people, as well. Big up Sai, who became a member, rejoined the membership. Links in the pinned comment. Big up Vikran as well in the building. And shouts to Sai, who's been kind enough to drop some information and news surrounding Tonali as well. Shout out to Sham in the cut. And to everyone hates Jaden, who says, no, you gotta pay attention to the full lyric, my friend. He said her head game resembled my dad because it's good for nothing. So he's crashing on the gal's head game and he's also crashing on his pops. Come on, man. We got to pay full attention to lyrics, people. Yo, man. But big up, everybody hates Jaden. We keeping it moving. Shout out to my guy Paul in the building as well. What are you telling me, Paul? You good?
Yeah, man. Doing good. Just chilling, living life.
Yeah, man. You already know. All right, so let's see what he's saying here. Let's get to this size. The announcement of Michael Carrick staying on as Manchester United is being held up while his backroom staff is being finalized. There's Manchester United have been given the green light to sign Tonali. The £87 million midfielder has been put up for sale by Newcastle, with Manchester City or Manchester United being the most likely destinations. That's from Give Me Sport. And what's this? The last time United had 3 players with 10 goals or more in a Premier League season was 5 years ago, during the second place finish with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. All right, let's see what else you lot are saying as well. Yeah, keep hating nephew, where he says United 2, Forest 2, VAR and rest 1. Hey, the scoreline was 3-2, my friend. But we move. But we'll start there anyway.
Even have been a 3-2 game, honestly. It really should have been like 6 or 7-2, if we're being real. If we had
the game. Talk to us, Paul.
I mean, it was a good game. It had the tempo of the game. It was high energy, just back and forth. But honestly, we should have smoked Forest like 6 or 7-2. It really, I honestly, how it was 3-2. Anybody who watches the game, who just sees the scoreline would think, 3-2, it was a close game, but it really wasn't. Like, to the point where even when it was 3-2 and we had like how many minutes? 8 minutes. I was like, Forrest didn't even look like scoring, because it kind of felt like their energy pretty much like they just faded off, like towards the end, like they just gassed out. So honestly, if Mbuemo puts his chance in, which the first one, if Dallo, because we hit the post twice. That's another thing people don't even talk about. We hit the post twice. Dallo hit the post, and Mbuemo hit the post, and Mbuemo skied his chance over the bar. That's already 3 chances, so that's already 6-2. So, or if you want to take away the goal, 5-2. So Forrest, to be honest, didn't offer really anything like in the game. I know Elliot Anderson was good, but
he was good.
Other than that, like it was a convincing win. The scoreline, of course, would be deceiving, but 3-2, a win on paper, mathematically secure third place. To be honest, even without that one, we would have secured third place. Honestly, is Villa already? Well, Villa actually. We don't know if Villa actually would have beaten Man City on the final day, but we've already secured third place anyway. So right now it's just what summertime, recruitment. I mean, I'm seeing Tonali. Um, I don't know how true those sources are, but listen, if Tonali is available, if that's who they're going for, I'm not really opposed to it at this point. We just got to get midfielders um that really suit how we're trying to play next season because we at this point Casemiro leaving just we have holes to fill now in that midfield. So whoever we go for, we just make sure we get the right ones. So yeah.
No, I hear it. And yeah, and Bremo did have multiple chances. Big up Eddie in the cut as well. What are you saying, Eddie? You good?
You know I'm good, brother. Another United dub with the homies. The Carrick cartels in full force. We running things around these streets, man. Double C's on the package. Don't you forget it.
Just good.
But yeah, man. Blessings, man. It's a good time. It's a good time.
Blessings, fam. What you saying about the game first and foremost?
Oh man, the game was funny as hell. It actually was funny as hell. It could have been one of those 8-2 games. Like the way we missed chances was getting a bit comical at certain points.
Yes.
And Mbeumo, you know what the coldest part is about that Mbeumo performance?
Go on.
The only bad part was the misses. Because he doesn't get those misses without getting into good areas. And so I'm gonna save the Wakanda Homer for another time. I'm gonna put that in the cupboard. We're not gonna address him like that no more. We're just gonna leave that right there.
He showed, hey, you know what he showed? He could play center forward against the low block, but that's a whole different thing. We'll go on carry on.
Oh yeah. I'm honestly.
Go on.
We need another.
You broke up. You saying we need another? You say that again, Eddie? You broke up a little bit. Say that again. Is he breaking up for you too, Paul?
I'm okay with.
Yeah, he's breaking up.
Him as
okay. It's not just me. Start, Eddie. Start that again. You're breaking up. Yeah. Your connection moving mad. Big up views as well, man. Shout out to views. Make sure you go subscribe to views as well.
You can hear me now?
Yeah. Go on, Eddie. Start all that again. Yeah. We can hear you. Go on. Yeah, his connection moving mad. Yo, Eddie, jump out, jump back in. Jump out and jump back in. And big up to Sai. Been a member of the channel for 25 months. I know it might because the cutoff point. You might have cut off and rejoined.
You can hear me?
Continued on. Yeah, go on, Eddie. Yo, Eddie, jump out and jump back in.
You got me? I think maybe because I'm not.
Yeah. Let me message him, tell him jump back in.
You can hear me?
You lot run up the likes as well, man. Run up the likes. We're just trying to sort out, yeah. We're trying to hear from the head of the Carrick cartel. Let me message him right now. That's what I'm gonna do. Let me message him. Wow, jump back in. Let me message him. Yeah, because there he is. He's just done that right now as we speak. Yeah, Eddie, the connection was moving mad. You back with us? Yo.
You got me?
Yeah, we got you. Go on, Eddie. Say what you're saying. Go on.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I'm rather.
Oh, good, fam.
This goddamn.
Good.
This Kenya Wi-Fi, boy. Let me not talk.
It's all good. No stress.
So.
Yeah, it's a good connection. Yeah, let me message him again. This connection moving mad. But run up the likes. How many we on, people? How many we on? Yo, Eddie, jump out, jump back in. Yeah. Only 14 likes. Hey, let's get up to 50 likes. But Sayu says, shit, it's already been 30 months now. This dickhead flawless time flies. What is your 3 ideal midfielders you want to sign for Manchester United? In an ideal world, Chouameni, Wharton, Belieber. Easy as that. Do I think that happens? No, but if you're giving me my ideal, yes. Because they're all three profiles that we need. Run that with Mano, and that's the quartet that we're going with. I'm cool with that. Tchouameni, Wharton, Baliba. That's my ideal midfielders that I would want us to sign because we need three. What are you saying, Paul? What's your ideal three midfielders?
That's a tricky one. I think I would take Tonali, I would take Tchouameni, and I would take I think it's Tonali, Tchouameni, and Baleba. Those three.
Okay.
Those three.
I'm happy with that. If we were managed to get those, I would run with that as well. That is, yeah. I'll shout out to Saeed. He says, big up my brothers. And he says, you back in LA, bro. Shout out Saeed every single time.
I'm in New York, actually. I'm in New York for one more day, and I'm back in LA.
There we go. Paul working hard, man. You know what I'm saying? You didn't say realistic. You know what I'm saying? You didn't say realistic. You said ideal. That's what you said. You said ideal. Big up, Cuzzy. What you saying, man? You good?
Yeah, big up, man.
Blessings. Yeah, you said ideal. Like you didn't say delusional. So I give you my ideal, and now you tell me, oh, it's delusional. Yeah, it's ideal. Shut up, Simon. Huh? Who you lot gonna sign? Idiot. What are you saying, Cuzzy, man? Forest game thoughts. Talk to us.
That was an exciting game, man. It was an exciting game. I don't know, like, how much merit you can put on these end of season games, but it's good to get wins, man. It's good to get wins. Get me this time.
No, because you got a fan on or something.
Yeah, I do. You want me to turn it off?
Yeah. Turn the fan. Yeah. If the fan can hear the fan loud, or even turn it down. Yeah. I was thinking, what's that noise? Go on, carry on.
Yeah, no, it's a fan. Fucking what was I saying? Yeah, no, it's just good to get wins, man. It's good to get wins. I don't like put too much weight in them just because like there's no jeopardy in these games. But Bruno breaking the record and you get me. Us scoring goals. Can't complain right now, man. Can't complain. Everything's good. Everything's rosy, man. I can understand like if you have some reservations long term, but in the short term, there's literally no reason to moan right now. Like there's actually no reason to moan. You get me?
I agree. Trust me, I don't know what people are complaining about, like short term wise. I'm with you on that. Like man's joined, did everything we wanted him to do and more, and people still have complaints. And I'm like, what is there to complain about? What are we talking about?
Yeah, no, I think like it's two sides, isn't it? If you want to keep up the Man United standards, maybe not all performances have been great. True. But I just think in my head, and I kind of touched it last time I was on, Carrick himself is like learning on the job, innit? So like we can't expect perfection. So like that's from the manager side, and from the player side, the squad isn't good. Like it's not the greatest squad. So you're going to get inconsistent performances regardless. Even if you remember when Jurgen Klopp first got into Liverpool? Yeah. And like, he had Skirtle, he had like...
players, I get what you're saying.
Misfits, like, it was like a misfit squad. And like, you could see the style of play he wanted them to play in some games, Some games would end like 5-4, and it's like, yo, you can see exactly. I can see what he's trying to do, but the squad wasn't in his image, so there was always like some inconsistencies. I remember, like, I think it was in the Europa League the season he joined. He got packed up by Unai Emery, I think, for Villarreal. You get me? Yeah. So you get man. It's hard to be totally critical of a manager when like. The squad's not in his image, but like I said, in the short term, nothing to complain about. We're getting wins. Man United's getting used to winning again, so I can't complain, man.
Nah, trust. I hear you on that. Yo, Eddie, I think you back from this. Yo, Eddie. Yeah, Eddie, that why, Eddie's Wi-Fi is moving mad. Yo, back. Yeah, he's in Kenya. He's in Kenya.
I knew it, man.
I knew it, man. He said the Kenyan Wi-Fi is moving to him. That's what he said, yo. He said the Kenyan Wi-Fi has got him. That's what he said. Because he will go back to you, man. Third place finish, man. Thoughts on that and further, like with Carrick, because obviously we ain't spoken a couple of weeks.
Yeah, third place is great. Honestly, like I think like we need to be appreciative because third place it was never on the books in January. Like it was never on the cards. 3rd place. I would have been happy with like 5th because 5th would have got us Champions League, innit?
Yes, spot on.
And even then, that was it felt like a reach just because of the inept performances we had seen. So 5th place was like would have been like a pot of gold. Yeah, it would have been like a pot of gold. So for us to comfortably be 3rd, it's a testament to Carrick, man. I think it's a testament to like there's a certain level that Carrick just won't go below. From what I see, like he's just set us on a level where it's like this is it, innit? Like, do you know what I mean? Like straight away as he come in, it was just like, yo, this is what we need to do, and if we do this, like minimum, we'll win the games we're supposed to win, innit? So, well done to him, 3rd place, can't complain, man. What do I think of Carrick? It just makes sense to sign him right now. I myself, I won't lie, like I do have my reservations just because
that's fair.
The experience, I don't know, like if the experience level merits being a manager of Man United is meant to be such a prestige job. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if like coming in on an interim basis, and you was always gonna have like a pick me up because like that terrorist like ruined our club in it. So there was always gonna be a pick me up, and then so Carrick was always gonna get more positive performances. I just don't know if.
But but we expected but like you mentioned, not this. We expected a pick me up, yes, but it wasn't this. It wasn't 11. It was supposed to be just new manager bounce and vibes, and then it was supposed to peter out. Because I remember the conversations after we dropped points. It was like, it's done now. Like the new manager bounce is over. I think it was It might have been West Ham. And West Ham was the first time we dropped
West Ham. It was a West Ham.
Yeah, because West Ham was game 5, wasn't it? So that was the 5th game of his reign because we had won the 4, I think. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to double check that. And it was supposed, and it was supposed to be that. And then we kind of bounced back from there type of thing. So, we won 11 and 16. I think we won like 7 out of 8 at home. I was saying, or 7 out of 9.
We've been good at home, to be fair.
Yeah. And that's it. Like, so
it just makes sense to give him the job right now. I just hope he can continue with this level of stability, to be honest.
Yes, I agree with that.
I just hope so. The performances, I don't know. I'm so like I keep going back and forth. I don't know what you man think. Because
what do you think?
No, because when people say Carrick's just he was given a job to do and he's satisfying his objectives, like style of play will come later. I don't like in my core, I don't agree with that. I don't agree like you're just like, we'll do anything to win now. And then on the flip side, when we're more comfortable, that's when we'll implement a style of play. Like I don't agree, like that don't
make no sense. You right.
Yeah. It don't sit with me.
Here's what I'd say to that. I think he's been trying to implement his style of play. I just think we failed because the players ain't good enough. How we played against Forest, I think that's his MO. We've been trying to play that way. I think there might have been points in games where he's like, all right, we're gonna shut up shop. Like for instance, the Brentford game, because we were getting tore apart in that first half, even though we were 2-0 up. So he switched it, which is the sensible things to do. Because people will say, I don't want Iriola at Manchester United. I just use him as an example. Because he's just going to attack. And whatever, no matter whatever's happening, he's not going to change type of thing. But the way we played against Forest is the way I think we tried to play against Sunderland. We just failed to play that way against Sunderland. 1, because we ain't good enough. And 2, they're our kryptonite. If you have pace, power, and strength and just hella Wakandan power, we going to struggle. We know this. Yeah, we don't have the athleticism. We don't. That's why we always struggle against Newcastle. Even though they went down to 10 men, it looked like they had the extra men on the pitch, extra man on the pitch. So I would say that's the way he's always trying to play. It's just that we failed to do so because of our lack of quality. As you're saying it because me and you have spoke about it, and Paul and everyone else in the chat about a lack of quality. Because we're going to get onto that in this show. And when we start talking about, hey, you know what, we might need a whole new midfield. You might need a whole new back four, or 2 or 4, or 3 or 4. So it goes to show where we're short. Eddie was on here before his connection was going, saying maybe needing another winger. People are smoking that. So I take that into consideration, to be honest. But that's just me.
Yeah, that's been in recent weeks, my unpopular opinion is Man United actually need a new right winger, but nobody's gonna say that this summer. But that's my unpopular opinion in it. Man United might need, even though we've got the most bodies there, Man United might need a new winger.
You're not with Ahmad or Mbeumo, no, on that side. Talk to us.
I just think to be a Man United winger, you need output and style. Do you get me? Like, Mbeumo's output hasn't been consistent as of late, innit? So you're just gonna get onto him more.
Mbeumo's a volume player. That's just what it is. He's kind of like that, and I noticed that yesterday. I'm just like, yo, these are easy chances that you're really missing.
But he's not always been like that though. That's the way at Brentford. Obviously, them man don't create a lot of chances. So on the counter-attack, he was clinical last season. I know last season was his best season, but he was clinical, bro. In front of goal, he was dispatching. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? Man United it's a heavy T-shirt, boy. Because there was a chance where he went around the keeper. I thought that was a goal. No.
You should have scored?
Yeah, there was a chance like early in the second half. He was on the right-hand side. Like, I thought it was a goal. He just skied it, bro. And it was just like, what's going on?
That's what I'm saying. It's just that easy chances like that. So I don't know if it's form, if he's off form or whatever it is. But listen, I hear what you're saying, because for me with Mbeumo, I'm not gonna say I've been disappointed, because I think that's a bit too far, especially from where we've come from. I mean, we've had Garnacho and Hoyland last year, so I won't say I'm disappointed, but it kind of has faded off. Like, you know, the goal scoring that he was scoring at the earlier parts of the season has faded off, and now you could clearly see how his overall gameplay would be. So he, at best, in my opinion, would be a bench player, somebody you could just bring off the bench. Because he would score, he would get you on a regular season, he probably would get you maybe 10 to maybe about like 15 goals, but sometimes the eyesore is not really worth it. You know what I'm saying? The ISO is not really worth it. Just to, you really have to really just bear through the horror and just really see how disgusting the play is just for 15 goals a season. I don't really think. I think we do need. I mean, maybe Shea Lacey could be an option. Again, I know he's 16, 17, but maybe that could also be another option on the right wing. Left wing. I just feel like with attackers, it's like I would definitely want an attacker, but I do feel like we desperately need midfielders to be addressed first, because I feel like with Cunha, with maybe Sesko and Bruno in attack as well, we could be bailed out by either one of those three, because at least Cunha has been consistent all season. Has been consistent for at least large parts of the season.
Yeah, he's gone Bell.
Yeah, Sesko has sort of it started off slowly, but pretty much grew into this season. So I think those two, and then Bruno doing what Bruno could do. So all we technically need now is we need that complete midfield, and then we need also a backup center back as well, a left back, and also a backup goalkeeper as well, because we're not going to be playing Lamens against Colchester away, 3rd round, 4th round Carabao Cup. So we have other areas that need addressing. But as much as I do feel that right wing is a bit of an issue, I would sort of give it a bit of give it a go next season with Ahmad and Mbeumo, and then maybe Shea Lacey, and see how it goes. If that area is still a problem, then I think maybe in January we probably look and see if we can address it, and see if who we could get from the league or who we could get from abroad, and see who we get in.
I'm with you, Paul. When I said it's an unpopular opinion, I say that to say it's not something we're going to address this summer. at all. Like I wouldn't even address it this summer. I would leave it and give it another season. But my gut feeling is we have 2 bench players that are playing like too many games. That's just what I feel like. Because I just don't think Ahmad will ever. Let me not say that. I don't think Ahmad is week in, week out. I don't think Ahmad is week in, week out going to be effective enough to warrant starting week in, week out, if that makes sense. I don't think week in, week out he's going to... Yeah, I don't think week in, week out, like we can rely on Ahmad. And I generally really do like Ahmad, but I think in these last few weeks, it just made me clock like, like maybe this is Ahmad, isn't it? Like, I don't know if there's ever going to be an evolution to his game where he's going to turn into some greedy player. I don't think physically, do you know what I mean? I don't think his mentality is going to change. So I feel like Ahmad is a very quality winger, like, to have in the squad. Similarly with Mbeumo, he's like a rotational guy. You can stick him up front, you can stick him on the wing. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think Man United are used to having superstar wingers, innit? I don't think any of them cut the bill. But I'll leave it another season, 100%, and see how that shakes up.
And I also think with a better team as well, you would see improvement from them because their form has coincided them two not being on that side together. Like, because one was playing wing back and one was playing as a right-sided 10, then link up, it helped them. Whereas, so that's why I look at it and say, all right, once we get not necessarily a right back, but just having a better team overall and more possession, maybe we see more from them. But I understand people's concerns, but I would run it because Mbeumo's got 10 goals. I think Cunha got 10 as well. I think Sesko got 10 also. So we'll see.
11, to be fair.
Sesko got 11. So yeah, that's because, like I said earlier, it's the first time. Where's the stat? Hold on, let me get to it. Where was it? There was some stat in there. 1 second. Let me roll this up. And you lot continue to get your questions in as well. Where was it? Let me try and find it. Yeah, that was it. The last time United had 3 players with 10 goals or more in the Premier League season was 5 years ago. So it goes to show, like, and they've done that. And I would expect them to kick on as well. I'd expect more than 10 goals from Mbeumo. I'd expect more than 11 goals from Sesko next season. Same with Cunha as well, because we're a better team. So I'm expecting more. That's just Prem people. Forget the cup competitions. I'm just talking from a Prem perspective. Hey, big up V33 for the super chat as well. Says anyone for Villa's Onana to replace Cass's aerial ability. Now I wouldn't go get Onana. I'm a fan, but no, I wouldn't. Mainly because of his injuries. That's the main thing. And 2, I don't think he's good enough to be starting week in, week out. But I think I liked him when he was at Everton. A good player for Villa as well. Yeah, I think he's a good player, but to go and I wouldn't. Like, when you look at the other players that we've been linked with in that area, they're better than him. But he's a good player, though. But I wouldn't go and get him. Absolutely not. I wouldn't. You man saying about 1 second. Let me get back to it as well. These you know what? We'll go Elliot Anderson because we just played against him. Paul, what are you saying? Because he's someone who's been linked to us. He's been linked to the City. Where are you at with Elliot Anderson?
I'm not opposed to Elliot Anderson. I feel like he's kind of overrated, but I'm not opposed. If we sign Elliot Anderson, I'm not opposed to him. I just feel like for 100 million, I don't know if I would want to, because they said 100 million for Elliot Anderson, and then I've seen in another instance 87 million for Tonali. Now I'm like, Tonali for me is a better player than Elliot Anderson. And yeah, I know it's probably just maybe a difference of 13 million, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's a good player, but I'm not really sure. I was really banking on Forest to get relegated, because if he did get relegated, or if they did get relegated, we could maybe grab him for cheaper. But now Forest are comfortably in the Premier League next season.
Yeah, they survived.
So they're probably gonna jack the price up. I don't know. If United want to go all out, then yeah. The other question too is, wasn't Manchester City isn't he linked to Man City too as well? So, because that's another thing.
He's linked to Manchester City. That's what I said. Yeah.
So is City going to bid? I don't know if City would even want to spend 100 million on him. And I don't know. It's I just feel like no midfielder really should be worth 100 million. That's how I feel. Like I just don't feel like there's any midfielder in today's market that's worth 100 million pounds to pay for. So, but if we do end up with him, it's whatever. I just feel like I would rather Tonali, preference wise. I'd rather Tonali. I'd rather the Balebas, the Chouamani's, heck, even Adam Wharton. I mean, I'd rather him than Anderson. But just down to preference of midfield.
Yeah, so you saying because about Elliot Anderson?
I think Elliot Anderson tried to.
It was an audition.
Yeah, like he tried to put on a show for us. Still, I like him, to be fair. And I feel like I don't think he's someone that anyone would like say no to. My thing is though, I think everyone is kind of like describing him wrong, because if you buy Elliot Anderson, everyone is straight away saying that he'll play in the 6 role, but that's not him. Like, he can play obviously forward passes, and obviously he does get about the pitch, but generally Elliot Anderson is like he's perfect makeup is like if there's a 6 and there's 2 8s and you let those 2 8s kind of wander and roam and create.
He's one of the 8s.
He's one of the 8s. He's not a 6. So if you are buying him, you still need to buy a 6 that actually sits and can read play and wants to put out fires. That's not him. He can do it, but that's actually not him. You're not getting the best out of him. So yeah, and then even with that, okay, if you do buy him and then you do buy a 6. Like, it's headache, innit? What are we doing? Like, because Bruno plays week in, week out. I know everyone's like,
of course,
Carrick will rotate, but
he plays week in, week out, yeah?
He plays week in, week out, yeah. So, like, now if you buy Elliot Anderson, and let's say, hypothetically, you buy Elliot Anderson and you buy Tchouaméni because, like, he's the best 6 where we've been linked with. Every week you're thinking, so what? You're leaving Kobe on the bench every week? Is that what you're going to do? Because that's probably what's going to happen.
Potentially. Either just rotate, like there's competition for players.
Yeah.
I don't think he necessarily gets left on the bench week in, week out, but there'll be times that he has. You don't want him like just set type of thing. Because I think him and Anderson, even though none of them are natural 6s, could work. I trust them both. Same way Casemiro and Maino works, and none of them players like natural 6s type of thing. Like Cas will move around the pitch and go and destroy. But I get what you're saying with Anderson. I hear it. Like, it depends on your preference. That's where it's at. It's a preference thing.
Yeah.
And how you want the midfield to set up.
And I also feel like, to be honest, maybe, but I guess Bruno would need to be taken out of the equation. And I don't think that's going to be possible right now, where we could do.
He's going to be there. He's going to be there, man.
He's going to be there. But what I would have done if Bruno was not to be in the equation is we probably just don't look for a 6 and we just do what Newcastle do and just play a flat 3 midfield. And then you have. That's the idea, Lord. I hear it. You have Mainu, you have Anderson, and then you have I don't know, would it be? Well, I mean, Baleba and maybe Chouamani, to be fair, could play the 6, but let's just say Adam Wharton or something like that. Just have just different sorts of, I guess 3 8s, but one would probably drop in at one point and then the other would let the other go forward and stuff like that. That's kind of like how I want my midfield to look like, as opposed to playing like a pivot system where it's like you have 2 in a pivot or you have like a designated 6. But if we are looking for a 6, Baleba, that's why I feel for me, Baleba or Chouamani for me. I feel like, I don't know if for me, I think it would be one or the other when it comes to Baleba or Chouamani for me. And I would pick Chouamani, but I don't know if Chouamani is 100% available. But if it came down to Chouamani or Baleba, I'd pick Chouamani, and then the other roles, you could then go for your Andersons or Tonali's or Whartons or stuff like that.
We just need to hope that Mourinho comes in and he's just on a mad one and he's like, Chouamani, Camavinga, I don't want you guys here. Like, I just hope. But the thing is, even saying that though, Mourinho loves his Africans, so he might not even do that.
He might keep.
Yeah, I don't think they're going anywhere. Yeah, I don't think as much as I'd love Tchouaméni to be available, I don't think he's available.
I don't think anybody at Real Madrid is really going anywhere because now
they do need to sell though. I know that much. I don't
keep
know
hearing this. People keep saying this. Yeah, people keep saying this that
they're bringing back that Nico Paz guy. So they generally, in terms of like their squad, Spain's weird, isn't it? They have to sell one player in it. And that's how they can bring him in. So they do need to sell one player. It may not have to be a midfielder, but it would make sense to be a midfielder because it'll be a surplus in it. So they do need to sell. Who they sell? That's why there's been reports within the last 6 months. You've seen reports of Camavinga being up for sale, Tchouaméni being up for sale, and even as recent, you saw Valverde is up for sale. So the reason why they're all up for sale is because they need to sell one. You get me? Maybe the media over there don't know exactly who, but
which one it is.
Yeah, they do need to sell one. I'll take any of them. You get me?
Of course.
Of course. It's Tchouaméni, Camavinga, or Valverde. That's 3 quality central midfielders. In the ideal world, you're taking 2 of the 3, to be honest.
Yeah.
In the ideal world, you say, hey, run both. Run 2 of the 3. Sorry, go on, Paul.
In an ideal, I'd take all 3 of them, honestly, and just drop them. Copy and paste into Manchester United's midfield. If we have them 3 with Kobe Mainoo and Bruno Fernandes, I'm like, that's.
We saying like 220 million for all 3 of them. Fuck it. You know
that's money well spent for me. That's money well spent for me.
I don't know why people keep saying though that we can't afford to do that. I don't know why I keep seeing that because like it's weird.
Afford to do what?
We can't afford to spend like 200 million on our midfield when we did.
I've been saying I've gone as far as to say I think we do that. I think we treat the midfield like we did the
ESR.
That's what I think we do. Yeah,
and why I think we're even in a stronger position than last year is we've got Champions League, and last year for the last 2 years I want to say we've been cutting down the size of the squad. So now more than ever you're in this position to be like, okay, like man can increase the numbers in the squad. Do you know what I mean? Like Casemiro leaving, that's a big wage that drops off the book. You got
him, man. You got Sancho as well. That's like 600, 700k.
That's big wages. Like that.
So whatever Rashford's as well. Yeah?
That literally Casemiro and Sancho, that literally could cover the wages for 3 midfielders. If you're being real, it actually could.
Oh yeah, facts. 700k across 3, and it won't even be that much. But to your point, that could be 3 midfielders and a fullback. That could be 4 players.
Yeah,
700k, depending on who you get and the caliber of where they're at.
As it stands now, unless maybe my math is wrong, 38 million for Højlund's already kicked in. 100 million for the Champions League. We should be getting that too. So that's already 138 million. So and that's just off of just what you call it, things that money coming in. So we don't even know what the budget is. So I probably should anticipate the budget should be, I don't know, maybe 150 or so. Like we honestly, we do have the potential to go all out like crazy to some if we really want to. Adidas money as well is going to kick in as well. I think that
because we're back in the Champions League.
So that should be what extra. I don't know. Was it 20 million or something like? This should really, honestly, to be honest, there should be no excuses why United can't spend up to 300 million this summer.
No, that's what I was gonna say to you, Paul. Because think about it, we spent 200 million. I don't know what the net was actually because I don't remember. I know we sold Anthony, but I don't remember the departures. But we spent around 200 million last year with no Europe. You get me? Like, we have Europe now. So we definitely could spend more than 200 million. That being said, though, everyone's wages does take an uptick because we're back in the Champions League.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. A lot of the people with the big wages, except maybe Bruno and unfortunately Mason Mount, are getting shifted out. So it really, at this point, it's only Bruno and Mount. I know Maguire probably is now back on 200k, but I think he might. I swear he's taking a pay cut.
I don't think he's on that much. And also, what we got to take into consideration is how much we cut down with players leaving. Like in the past 3-4 years, we've cut down a hell of a lot on wages.
Yeah, we have.
People always used to talk about our big wage bill, and now we've actually like shortened it down.
We've cut
There's less noise about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like this summer we need to plan well. I feel like the good thing too that works in our favor is that a majority of the midfielders that we're linked to, barring maybe Elliot Anderson and maybe Adam Wharton that I've heard us being linked to, would be involved in the World Cup. Tonali's not going to be involved. Baleba's not going to be involved. There's I doubt that Mateus Fernandes guy from West Ham would probably be in the Portugal squad because he's not really a starter like that because you already have Vitinha and Neves and Bruno.
He has been selected recently, though, in the squads. He has been selected recently. Like, that's where the whole rumors with him and Bruno came from, Carl. I want to say in the last international break, he earned a call-up, and his performances hasn't dipped since then. So you never know. He might be one of the reserve midfielders they pick. You never know.
But even when you look at Camavinga, if we was to get Camavinga, I don't think he was not selected for France.
Nah, you weren't. Yeah, you
weren't. So that's another one. Then was João Gomez. Even I think he might be going to Atletico Madrid. But I'm just listing a whole bunch of midfielders that we've been linked to, and for right now, a good chunk of those midfielders, especially the main ones like Baleba, who's like one of our main midfield targets, is not going to be at the World Cup. So there shouldn't really be an excuse as to why we can't get these signings done early, at least before the World Cup, or even during the World Cup. So,
I'm with you on it. Go on, Paul.
No, I was just going to say, who did you guys actually say you wanted? Because I remember, Paul, you just said Baleba. Who did you say? I can't remember. You said Baleba. Who else and who else?
I said Tonali. I said Chouameni, and
because that's because I asked what Sai said in an ideal scenario rather than realistic. So obviously it varies on what it is. With all the midfielders we're cool with, I don't think Chouameni would be ideal. Do I think he's realistic? No, I don't.
I said that Chouameni, and I think was it Baleba? Was the third one? Yeah. I think it was.
Like when we Tonali, Baleba, Wharton, I'll take that trio in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
that's what I would go with.
Either one, even Adam. Well, I did say even Adam.
That's why I like Wharton's profile. I keep saying this. It's not so much like him. I'm saying, bring me someone who can, like, people keep saying Stiller. I've not watched Stiller like that, but someone who can progress the ball. But again, that's preference.
You don't necessarily him and Stiller are one and the same, honestly. Him and
Stiller. But the Stiller progress the ball like he does in regards to the passing. That's what I mean when I say that. I'm talking about in regards to the solely the passing range.
Bring me someone who can into the midfield.
Yes, exactly that. Someone who can pick up the ball on the edge of our own area and pass it through to the 10 or the winger or the striker. Again, that's just preference because you can build up different ways. You can do the tiki-taka thing and the give and goes. You can do what PSG do. They don't really build up as such like that. That's just me. I think preference, getting the ball through the lines into our attacking players as early as possible is what I want. But again, that's a preference. You don't necessarily need that to be successful. That's just my preference with that. Hence why I keep mentioning Wharton. But if you go bring me someone of that profile that can do that, cool. Same way, it don't have to be Baleba, but bring me someone who does what he does. Same with Tonali. But realistically, Tonali, Baleba, Wharton for me would be the three. That's the realistic thing.
All from the Premier League.
Yeah.
You might be spending $250 million, fam.
Yo, if they say no, it's one of them. Baleba won't cost a lot. Maybe what?
But Crystal Palace, them man love to. You get me? They're on the.
Then you walk away. Obviously, it's all price point. Then you walk away anytime. If they're talking 100 million for any of them, I'm not like it. Yeah. Like if they're saying 100 million for any of them, I'm walking. 90+ million for any of them, I'm walking away.
Yeah.
I think 2 of them you get from the Prem for sure, but one might have to be outside the Prem just because the Premier League clubs will always add on a little bit extra. I think.
What's the extra?
Well, honestly, Wharton's a £60 million player. Like, you can't dispute that. But I think Crystal Palace will be screaming for 80 if maybe he maybe even a little bit more.
Yeah, because I did see reports saying that he potentially available for 60. He wants to play for a Champions League club. How true that is, I don't know. But I'd go there and offer it. Unsettle him.
I'll be real. If it's 80, then he could stay at Crystal Palace.
Facts.
I'll be real. I'm not paying 84 for Adam Wharton. He's a good player, but same too with Baleba. Like, I'm honestly, and I think even with Baleba, I'm even more harsher because he's actually had a underwhelming season compared to his previous season. And I would even go as far as to say I'm not even spending anything more than 50 million on Baleba.
I even think that's too high now.
Yeah,
50 million what for Baleba?
Yeah.
You know what?
You don't want to pay 50 M's for him.
No,
more than 50. No, yeah, he's had a really poor season by his standards.
I'd pay 50 for him though.
Nah, bro.
Yes, so for me, 50 is the cap. Anything more than 50, like if Brighton do 60, 70, because you know how they like to finesse, when it's time. I'm like, no, 50 is the cutoff point for me.
I don't even know if I'll honestly I don't know if I'll pay 50 because fam, they damage their own goods. And it happens to Man United all the time. Like, we could have sold Garnacho for 60 or 50, and then we settled for sending him for 35. Do you remember?
40 was 40. Yeah, I remember the conversation.
Yeah, like, bro, we could have sold him for 60 to Napoli, damaged goods because he said that he's going to evaluate his future. So now we had to short him. Like, it's the same thing that happened with Baleba, fam. You didn't want to sell him, and it's very evident that, like, Brighton play better when he's not in the team. Like, regardless of how much you rate him, like that's what the manager thinks. So, bro, I feel like a fair price would be 40. I won't lie, that's fair, bro. Honestly,
I'd pay 50 for him. Even though I have my doubts in regards to the season, I don't like the fact that he's had a bad season. But I would pay 50. I would pay 50 for him. But yeah, my cut price. And utilize him by Brighton. Utilize him as a squad player. How Brighton use him is how I'd use him here. I wouldn't have him starting week in, week out. Obviously, there'd be select games maybe for him. But I wouldn't start him week in, week out. Hence why I buy him for 50 M's and just utilize it like that. That's me.
That's why maybe, and it's like I said, it comes down to whether what's his face is available. Because for me, if Tchouameni's available, I get both Tchouameni and Baleba and have one of them just battle it out for that like sixth position, and then you get maybe one more midfielder. Maybe a Tonali or Anderson for the 8, and then if you sell Ugarte, then you could maybe get like a Fernandez or something like that. That would be a total maybe of like 4 midfielders. But I don't know. I just, for me, Baleba, more than 50 million. I just don't. There's no value for money paying that much. For him. So. I've looked at it like that: 50 for him, 60 for Wharton. I look at that Mateus Fernandez guy. I mean, I did see a report where West Ham was saying 84 million, but West Ham are more than likely now to go down.
They get relegated.
So I'm not sure they could really charge that price. So if he's someone that we could get for, honestly, if that Mateus Fernandez guy is available for like 30 million, I think. I would. I would. No. I mean, I'm just bringing.
Hey, we need you two negotiating for United because I like the price points you might have starting at, yo. The price points you might have starting at.
Bringing relegation into because listen, half of that West Ham team is probably going to be taken apart anyways. Diouf, he's probably going to leave. Tadebo's probably going to, because I can't really see most of them playing championship football. Diouf, Tadebo. I don't even know if Wan-Bissaka might be there. Bowen, there's rumors that he might be going to like Everton or Brighton or something like that. And then the Fernandez got like Somerville. A good chunk of that squad is going to be torn apart. So if that's the scenario, we should be doing, a bargain, like, 50% off, get it while it lasts, or, stuff like that. If he's available for like 30 million, honestly, I mean, I know that might be too cheap, but if he's available for 30 million, we sign him.
We need you two doing negotiations, man. Any of us got to sign you man up, man. See the price points you might have started at. I fucks with. Sorry, going. Smart with the price points, man. I fucks with it. I like it. I'm being deadly serious.
I think he's the exact reverse of Baleba, though. Like, the reason why we could go to Brighton and be like, yo, 50 mil is because he has been performing well. But for West Ham, even though they are going down and it will drag his price down. Last season they paid how much did they pay? I want to say they paid 30 million for him or 30 plus.
Yeah.
So they're gonna need to make some sort of profit because he's probably their best asset. From what I've seen, he's a good tidy player. I brought him up ages ago because I like how he gets about the pitch, and he's I just like midfielders who are not scared to get on the ball and pass forward. Like that's my MO. You get me? Like if you are not scared to get on the ball, and because there's sometimes him and Kobe do this similar thing where like they're on the ball and it doesn't really look like a way out, but because they're comfortable to dribble,
they can drive with the ball.
Like and they can drive, they create different angles to then pass the ball. Like if you watch Fernandes, he did that really well against Arsenal, and he's really good at that. So I wouldn't mind him. I honestly would pay around 50 million for him.
I'm not against it. Then one thing too with Fernandes I like too is I think he's not also just an 8. I feel like he can also play in and around. I think even maybe further forward. Like we could play as an advanced a midfielder too as well. So I'm not really opposed to it. I'm just saying if there's a bargain price, why not go there? I mean, West Ham going down, in my opinion, is more because I feel like if Tottenham got relegated, I just feel like Tottenham's team is so shit. I'm not really like there's really hardly anyone I'm looking for there. But at least for West Ham, I could be like, okay, him, that's Fernandes. I like Juve. I think Juve is. I know most people have their reservations about him. I like Juve. Tadibo has been a bit fishy, so I don't know. I think that ship has sailed with Tadibo. I'm not really a big fan of Somerville, but I feel like some people might be looking at Somerville. So I don't know. There are players in that West Ham team, that if we're trying to fill up the squad, I look at it and I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily be against them.
No, I do the same thing, but I always try to cap it myself because when I was looking at Newcastle, I was like, do you know what? I wouldn't mind Tonali, but I also wouldn't mind Lewis Hall. But then, like, I always go back to thinking, bro, you're probably only getting one player out of a club. Do you know what I mean? So, like, if we was to go and buy Juve, chances are we're not getting Fernandes.
You're not getting Fernandes. But here's the thing with Newcastle: if Lewis Hall was available, I would sacrifice Tonali to get Lewis Hall. That for me is like, yeah,
that makes sense. You know what? I'm with you on that. I think
I would sacrifice Tonali to get Lewis Hall because
the
Lewis
obvious. Go on.
That is England's top left back at this point, and I just feel like anyhow a player like that is available. He's so like tailor-made for Man United. Like he and Harry Kane, those are two players that I'm like, yo, those are Manchester United players if I've ever seen one. So I would sacrifice anybody for Lewis Hall at this point.
In regards to it, because the obvious central midfielder market is better than the obvious left back market. So if it was to go and get Lewis Hall over Tonali, I hear it. Again, like we've been talking about with the midfielders, Lewis Hall, what is the price point? That's always key for me. I think he's a very good left back. But what is the price? What would they be saying? What would they be asking for?
You'll be lucky to get him for under 70 million, to be honest. I think.
And I'm sorry, I can't justify that for
much.
I know, I'm just saying.
I can't justify that for I can't like I rate Lewis Hall, but me 70 million on a fullback is crazy.
I think so, man. Newcastle don't like us as well. So
yeah, they already don't, and especially after what Liverpool did to them. Even tonight, because even talking, it was like 87 million for Tonali. I'm like, I don't think Tonali's worth that. I think he's a very good central midfielder, but 87 M's. I'd rather we went elsewhere. Do you tell me because you think he's worth 87 million?
No, I don't. But then, like, it's obviously they're the scouting team. That's why they're there in it to like find alternatives. But once we're gonna start pricing ourselves out of everyone. Do you know what I mean? Because you're gonna go to that Marinakis guy, and he's a fucking cartel fam. So you get me. He will tell you, I want 120 mil for Elliot Anderson. You're not going there.
That's cool. And you know what? You tell him no. Stay with the unhappy player.
Yeah, no, you will.
Because the thing is, look, you know what we did? Credit to us. We did that shit with Brian, with Belieber last season. We didn't want to pay the money. We didn't pay the money. And now look, who's in and as much as I'd prefer him to be playing better, now looks in a stronger situation.
All right, so then you're gonna strike the line through Anderson. You get me? If you go to Newcastle, they're gonna try and say 100 million at first. And even if you talk it them down, you might get 75 plus add-ons.
I think that's calm.
You think 75 plus add-ons is calm?
Yeah, if it's 75 plus 5, I'd pay 80 million for Tonali.
Yeah.
But when you start talking 87 and 3 and 90 and that, no, but 80 million for Tonali for what he brings,
You know what though? You say that though, Cuzzy, but fam, if you think about it from a Newcastle point of view, is Declan Rice that much better than Tonali? Honestly,
no.
I'm just asking.
No.
I don't think he is. No. Declan Rice is not technical that. Declan Rice is just more of a passion player, so he's definitely not better than Tonali. So if you're getting Tonali for less than what Declan Rice went for, that's a bargain.
I don't use a bad like Newcastle can. I wouldn't use a bad deal to justify it. Like I said, if it was 75 plus 5 for Tonali, I'm with it.
Yeah. But
because of his age and where he's at, and I think he joins and he's in his prime and he does his thing type of thing. That's where I'm at with that. So would I pay that for Tonali? Yes.
I would as well. But I think Newcastle would be like, bro, like
we keep it
internally, we think Tonali's better than Declan Rice. So even if that price was inflated,
we do as well, yo.
Even if that price is inflated,
good.
We should be able to get 90 million for Tonali. If West Ham got 100 million for Declan Rice, that's how I think they would think.
Yeah, and if I'm the Newcastle side of things, and we're doing a Newcastle United pod right now, I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that. They can believe that, and again, I'm not saying they're wrong for that. For me, walk away. I'm cool with walking away. Don't get bumped. I'm cool with walking away. Let's say they say it's 120 million for Anderson. Forest say that. Then we go to Newcastle, and they're saying 95 for Tonali, and Palace are saying 85 for Wharton. All these players are right. I go, all right, cool, keep them. It's not the only central midfielders on the planet. That's where you rely on your scouting team.
Yeah.
That's what your scouts is there for. They the only central midfielders out there. I think Belieber you'll get for a decent price. So that's one. And then you go get your marquee, whoever that is. This is now on your scouting team. Don't get bumped.
I do feel like now with the midfielders that we have now, that there's a lot of midfielders that we honestly we can't get bumped. Like if Newcastle or Forest or Crystal Palace are telling us, 100+ million for X player or whatever, I'm just like, yeah, you could keep them because we already have this player, we have that, because there's the first tier, the second tier, and this third tier. Because honestly, I mean, I'm really like the idea of Mateus Fernandez. That is very that when I saw we were linked to him, I said, yes, if we could get him for a decent amount, especially with West Ham going now, that is good. So that's your third tier. And honestly, we don't even know the levels that he could go to. So we could be out here really going back and forth for, with Forrest for Anderson, and we get Fernandez, who might just be better than him. So it just honestly, it depends on the tier levels, but we have too many midfielder options in the market right now. And we just honestly, I don't want to be stuck on one.
Yeah, and big up to SB as well for the super chats. And shout out Flawless and the gang in Burnley. We trust. Big up, man. It's done now, man. Burnley ain't doing nothing. Arsenal got the
lead. Ain't doing shit.
Big up, man. Burnley ain't doing anything, but we'll do a watch along for it. But big up, man. Every single time.
If you could just watch the game, just watch the game. There's no hit. I would be stunned if Burnley do anything. And for me, if Burnley take a point out of that game, then it's clear for me Arsenal don't deserve to win.
I swear they drew with Aston Villa though.
They did. That's Villa who are they all in on Europa, but that. So you're saying because you reckon Burnley get something today?
I'll pray and fast for it.
There we go. Then you do not prayers, man. That's what it is. It tells you I need to know. Big up Jen says, but big up SB for the super chat. I can't lie, bro. One of these players, I think United will have to pay the market. They really want to get them unless they got extremely good alternatives. And I agree. Hence why we should have extremely good alternatives. If our recruitment team's on it, they shouldn't be scouting like us three. They shouldn't be sat here having the same conversations that Cuzzy, Paul, and myself are having. Because we don't get paid what they get paid to do. We could point out them. We can point out Anderson, Wharton, Baliba, Tonali. It's easy.
It's so funny because there is alternatives, but I feel like they will be put off just by the fact that we haven't seen him in the Premier League. Like the funny thing is, if we buy Tonali for like 80 million, Newcastle's already linked with Kamara. Like they're gonna get him for half the price, and then in 2 years' time, he's gonna be the hottest thing on the market. That is actually annoying, fam. But if Man United would never buy Kamara straight away because it's too unpredictable.
I mean, I feel like I hear the point.
I do like the look of Kamara. I do, but here the thing is, like, we should have. It's a Jez's point. We should have good alternatives. Why don't we have good alternatives? There should be other plans. So it's just like, all right, we just continue to get bumped and overpay. Because I see Max Madison in the chat talking about if we're going to overpay for one player, let it be Anderson, please. We shouldn't overpay for anybody.
I'm not paying. I'm really not paying.
We shouldn't overpay. Like, that's my MO anyway. We shouldn't. If we're overpaying, that's a problem.
I don't, for me, one thing, I don't understand United fans' obsession with Anderson. I think
why, bro.
I mean, okay, yeah. I do know why. That actually was a stupid question. I do know why, but I just feel like, honestly, I just feel like he's just. I'm not going to be disrespectful and say he's Declan Rice with tech, but that's kind of like what he is.
But that's not a shot though, because Declan Rice defensively off the ball is very good, and then Anderson has the tech that goes with that as well.
No,
I'm a fan of Anderson, just not at the price.
Bro, if you see them on the ball, it is clear.
That's why I said with tech. That's why I said
but it's not. Even though you're saying it and it sounds slanderous, I don't even know if that's a word, but it is now. It's not.
That's a bad boy word. Slanderous.
I don't even know if that's a word. I don't even know if that's a word, but it is now. It sounds slanderous what you're saying, but it's not. Like Declan, if you run me a deck, imagine that actual Declan Rice with tech. How much of a better midfielder he would. Imagine Declan Rice at tech. With what he gives you off the ball and defensively. Imagine what if he actually was as good as Anderson is on the ball. I rate Anderson. I think Anderson's a good player. But is he 100 M's? Fuck no, in my opinion.
They were saying it on TV yesterday on the Man United game. The reason why he actually is teched out the way he is because when he was getting put on loan, they actually played him on the wing.
Yeah, they was saying this that he played on the wing, so he's comfortable like driving at players and stuff like that.
And it made so much sense because if you saw the two crosses he put in, those were winger crosses, bro.
Yeah, they were winger.
And he picked him out like it was pinpoint. And it made me think, bro, like more clubs need to do that, Like if a guy is playing in a deeper position, make him play more advanced so like he can have more of a rounded game. Like it actually makes a lot of sense. But
I think they did that. I don't know if they still do that, and someone will know better than me. But I remember it was Bergkamp who spoke about it, and they said in Holland that when you was going through their academies, they'd make you play everywhere on the pitch.
Every position. Yeah, they still do.
Because then, so like if you're a striker, you would play as a centre-back. So then you would have an idea of how a centre-back's thinking once you're playing as a striker to get advantage. I don't know if they still do that. But I remember Bergkamp specifically, I can't remember what it was on talking about it. But yeah. Oh, yeah, Jez, I got you. Where was it? Hold on 1 second. Did you say the one after? To be fair, Cunha before coming from Wolves was a Hertha Berlin, Leipzig, and Atletico reject. I'd rather go there. You mentioned Lamine Camara, cuz. Like, I would rather we pay half the price for him than a Tonali, Wharton, or Anderson. Let's say them are 190 to 100 million. Go spend 45 on him.
But you see
I do agree. I do agree. Before you go, I do agree because in France, especially if you're looking at like I don't know Monaco or some of these places, there might be hidden gems there that you could actually snap up for 25 million. So that's why recruitment
I'm calm running that. I'm calm like running like don't have to go and get booked. I'm calm with going with that unless it's a Chouameni. Now if you're bringing me a Chouameni, I hear it. When I say a Tchouaméni, I'm saying someone of that caliber who's done it. Like Tchouaméni's been there. Like he's been at that. Like there's no, with all of these players we're talking about, there's question marks about them making the jump. Do I think they all make the jump, by the way? Yes. I think they're all good enough to make the jump. But for that, I don't need the question mark. With Tchouaméni, I have no doubt about him adapting to the league, number one, and two, him being comfortable at the highest level. Because I've watched you do it. I have previous experience, whereas with Wharton, Tonali, Baliba, Anderson, there's big question marks. Not their fault because they never had the chance to showcase it. And nowadays, and like you said earlier, Cuzzy, the shirt weighs heavy. The shirt weighs very, very heavy because you're under the spotlight. Go on, what was you going to say about the half price?
The only reason I don't agree with you guys in getting the cut price players is because my whole thing was cool. If you're hiring Carrick, you have to get him like, but you can't. I don't think you can hire Carrick and then you can start buying some players that have huge upside, but like they're on the peripheral if they're gonna make the grade. I don't think you can do that. I think you think
there's a huge difference between Anderson and Kamara?
Yes, I do.
Catch that. So do you think Anderson's double the price, double the player he is?
Yeah, I do. And not me personally in terms of how much I rate Anderson. I just think the Premier League experience costs that much. That's what I generally think. I generally think the Premier League experience, because fam, if you, let's say you wanted to buy, I don't know, if you wanted to buy, who am I thinking of? Like, if you wanted to buy Morgan Rogers, or you wanted to buy that Goulet from Real Madrid, do I think their ability is that much different? I don't. I definitely don't. But I do think the Premier League experience, that price tag, like the difference in the price tag is how much that is actually worth.
Oh, I get that. The Prem proven thing does add to that, but
it does.
It doesn't mean get bumped. But it don't mean get bumped.
No, I don't mean you get bumped, and that's where them man need to go in how I would go in. Like, I'm just saying, Belieber's been shit. I'm not paying more than 40 million. You get me? I'm not paying. He don't want to be there, and we want him. But let's come on. Let's be smart here. Let's take time. It's the same thing I'll do with Tonali. Tonali don't want to be there no more. 70 mil. What are you man saying? 70 mil's calm, bro. Like 70 mil. What are you man saying?
Yeah, 70 million for Tonali is that's
70 M's is cool. 70 M's for them is cool. 70 M's for any of them is that's my highest for all of them. If you tell me now the three of them, let's say it's Anderson, Watt, and Baliba, and you're saying it's 70 for all three of them. Let's say it's 7140. Let's say that works out. It's 210 million for all of them combined. I go, cool. Not necessarily 70, but you understand my overall point. Let's say 180, 160, for example. I'm cool with that. You mentioned it there. Maybe Kamara's better than, I'm just using him as an example. Maybe he's better than we think he is, and he turns out to be a quality player. I get it in regards to the Prem thing. Like, I hear it. I
just feel like for me, honestly, if we're spending more than 80 million on, let's just say, the premium, if we want to tag it that way, premium midfielder, then something's wrong.
For me, you gotta bring me Tchouaméni for that.
Yeah.
If we start talking 80, 85, 90 million, bring me someone with so many less question marks.
Yeah.
I think he has to be one of the two. I feel like Man United have to spend big on two midfielders, me personally. And I think Tchouaméni has to be one of the two. Like,
you think Tchouaméni's available? I still don't think he's available.
I do. No, I don't think he's publicly available. But I do think if you
test the waters,
I do think you can make his head turn, number one. And remember, like, them, obviously, I'm not saying French people don't like Spain, but them French people love the UK. So
here's a scenario. Sorry to stop. Here's a scenario, and this could perfectly play out the way I want it to play out. United approach Real Madrid for Tchouaméni. Real Madrid approach Manchester City for Rodri. That's it.
That's been in the works, though. That's actually been. You're right.
That's it, right there.
And Jesse says, okay, then let me ask you, if all these clubs tell United no for all the first options, you then comfortable shopping outside the Prem? Yes, even though in an ideal world, I want to shot from within the Prem, it doesn't mean get bumped within the Prem. So in an ideal world, yes, I would prefer at least 2 of the 3 midfielders to be in the Premier League. I think that's why we've had so many good windows. And we had a good window last window, and it's paying dividends this season with your Cunha and Bremo. But you can still go get Elements, for example. Sesko has acclimatized to the league much better than I expected. He has done miles better than I expected. Because I was fearing the worst with him. And he's managed to get 11. I think he's got 11 in 17 starts.
I told you.
Which is an exceptional return. All right, we'll see next season. But yeah, that is, this guy, but I told you, we'll see next season, you joke, man. But we'll see. We'll see next season. Like,
I still think he's good enough to start, though. But Sesko, to be fair,
I'm with you on the starting thing. I want to see it with him. It's game time. But yeah, to Jez's point, before you go, Paul,
it's close to be like, yeah, we probably need to get rid of this guy ASAP because it was. But this was before Carrick came in. Literally, this was like. I think this was when we played Leeds. This is when we played Leeds at the 1-1 draw with Leeds at Ellen Road. I said, yo, I'm done. This Benjamin Sesko experiment, we need to dead this shit right now and get rid of this guy ASAP because I just don't see anything. But Carrick, Fletcher came in. He scored 2 goals against Burnley. Then he scored at Brighton. Then he started scoring more goals. I was like, okay, fair enough. He's actually now adjusted to the league. I still really don't think he's good enough to start week in, week out. So that's going to be the bigger question now next season, if he can lead the line. The good thing, though, is Champions League, though. I do think he will come alive in the Champions League because he has experience with Leipzig and Salzburg. So I do feel like that, too, is another area where we could see him also show a bit of what he's made of as well. But I do think long term, maybe not next season, but of course the season after that. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if Harry Kane is still available, hey, even Lewandowski, to be honest,
might sell soon though, man.
It's gone stale, the Kane thing. But listen, anyhow, we could still get Kane for a reasonable amount of money to come back to the Premier League. Just for 1 more season, 1 or 2 more seasons, because he's what, 33, 34, or whatever.
He's an old 34 though. He's not a young 34. Like, he's an old 34.
Yeah,
I say that like. I feel like with him, I don't know if you man feel it as well. His physical attributes every year look like they die, like they're dying more and more quickly. Like that's why to me he does the whole coming deep, collecting the ball and spraying it. I don't think he does that because, of course, he does it because he can do it, but I feel like he does that to get involved in the game, and he doesn't have to do as much running. So like it's what Rooney used to do. I don't know if you man remember, but like Rooney used to come deep, collecting.
Yeah, he used to drop it deep in there.
Yeah, then he'll make his way into the box, but like it wasn't like blistering runs to beat the back line. It was like I'm gonna time my run kind of thing. So I feel like with Harry Kane, if we don't get him in the next 2 years, it's just unless we're getting him on a thing to just sell t-shirts, like.
No. That's why I mean, like, and this is why, unfortunately, I really wish he was available this summer, because then I would have been like, okay, this is now cool. We missed our chance in 23, but I feel now, you could get him for a cut price, then yeah. But I feel like I don't know. We just need somebody, but you never even know. Another striker could pop up in the next.
They always do, man. It's like Flawless actually said. Every year a striker pops up.
Yeah, and then he becomes the new thing.
That's everywhere. That's why I don't hear there's no one in the market. Nonsense. Say this all the time. Nonsense. There's no one in the obvious market. Again, we can pinpoint. Midfield is the area now of like in football that everyone can pinpoint multiple midfielders. We can name 7 or 8 and go, yeah, they're quality. That might not be the same, let's say, for left wing or left back or right back. That's what your squad is there for. Like, I keep using Lemens. Lemens was the prime example of that. No, that's why people say, the goalkeeper market's terrible. So how did they just find a goalkeeper from Belgium who's now one of the better goalkeepers in the Premier League?
I saw a quote from Scholes saying before
just ignorance. That's a straight
some shit about, you know, us getting Laments just shows me all I need to know about Laments, that he's not a top player and everything like that.
He's
and
not a good goalkeeper. Never watched him.
I'm just like,
don't make no sense. Never. And I love Paul Scholes, but like to say that about a player just because he's 23, 24, and he's still playing in Belgium, to say, yeah, he's not a good goalkeeper. I get they're going to sign Donnarumma because Donnarumma is a top quality goalkeeper, but to write off a player, and people do, it's not just Scholes. People do this shit all the time. People would have wrote, it wasn't just him that wrote off, Lamens is terrible. You ever watched him play? No.
Yeah.
So how do you know if he's terrible or not?
With Lamens, he's really just slotted in like just perfectly. Like you don't even know he's there. So.
Them guys, yeah, they only rate a player when they look a particular way, or they come from a particular they have a particular pedigree, because they'll tell you like Tonali, like, yeah, Man United should go all out to buy him, and they'll say the same with like what's his name, Elliot Anderson, but they won't be convinced about that Tchouaméni, and they'll even say stuff like, oh, but I mean, if he's a great player, why is he leaving Real Madrid? You get me? With them, man, you have to look a certain way for them to have like full backing, because I don't really take. It's sad because Paul Scholes was such a great player, but you actually can't listen to him full-fledged. Like, he does have some good points, but you can't listen to him all the time.
Because I've listened to their podcast on a weekly basis, and it's great. Like him, Paddy McGuinness, Nicky Butt, like, because they do drop gems, but similar to Gary Neville as well, when they start talking about United, I'm like, you just way off. I see Nicky Butt say, he would have loved to have seen Declan Rice join Manchester United, so it could have been a midfield of Declan Rice, Scott McTominay, and Bruno Fernandes. I was like, man. I'm like, okay. I'm like, Nicky Butt's my guy, one of my favorite quote hero. Love Nicky Butt. You know what I'm saying? Love, but like, come on, what we doing?
That's a
like, I wish someone and Scholes and Paddy McGuinness said nothing. It's like, what are we told? Who? How are you keeping the ball?
Exactly.
How are you keeping the football?
That's a Brexit midfield. That's horrific.
How are you keeping the ball with the technical level of that?
You have one guy who will lose you the ball every time he gets, because he's trying to create a chance. You have another guy that he will hide behind the opposite team not to pick up the ball. And then you have Declan Rice, who instead of actually passing the ball, he will dribble towards you to pass the ball. Like, what are we doing?
Technically, it even sounds redundant playing both Bruno and McTominay in midfield, because to be honest, McTominay is not really a midfielder. If we're being real, he's not really a midfielder. He's really more so like
he's like Jude Bellingham. He's not a get on the ball type of midfielder, but that's horrific.
The midfielder, so
playing McTominay in the pivot.
Yeah, that's disgusting. I honestly, I as much as I don't have no issue with Declan Rice, I think he's a good player, but I'm just like, not for 100 million. I feel like that for me, West Ham till this day, even though they're getting relegated, at least they will look at that like, we really cashed out with that, because 100 million for any midfielder in today's market, I'm not paying. Like, even the ones that I do rate. Like, if you're paying, like, if you're telling me now, it's the same thing with what you said, Flows. If we're paying 100 million for Elliot Anderson, you might as well just go to Real Madrid and say, listen, Tchouaméni, Camavinga, either one of you or both of you, are you available?
Yeah, because I'd add a little bit more to that and go get both then. You know what I'm saying? If we just splash in the cash, let's go and get the premium players. But I don't think it's the way to go.
Yeah, it's for me, it's like, 100 million. I know the prices, the market now is inflated and this, that, and the third, and the price, yesterday's price is not today's price and all that, brouhaha. But the reality is we can't be bumped in this market. And honestly, like there's so many midfield options right now. We have to just really have a list of, okay, cool. If this doesn't work, then we move on to the next target. And this is the type of summer too as well that we need to get at least 75 to 80% of our signings before at least before mid-July. So at least when we go into preseason, whenever preseason starts, then we already have a decent amount of the team back. Then it's just going to be the players from the World Cup that would, then come back. But in addition to that, we don't really have that many players going to the World Cup, or we don't really have as many players as I thought, that'd be going in, because Euro's not there, Heaven's not there, Delit's not there. I'm sure I think we'll make it.
Go. I think sure.
Who else? Mazraoui would be there. Ugarte, whatever. And then Mbuemo's not there, and Joshua Xerxes not there, and Sesko's not there. So there's actually a good chunk of that squad that's not going to be at the World Cup this summer. So it kind of works well in our favor in a way. So I just hope we could take advantage of that, though. So.
Yes, and big up to Jess says, Flawless, you don't want the lads to represent both England and United. Yeah, I do, but the quality, that's what it is. If you're bringing me a Lewis Hall, cool. I'm cool with that. I forget the nationality. And you wilding as bad as this, because Camavinga fell off. He's not been, but not to pay even 40 for Camavinga is crazy. That is crazy. 40 million, I'm taking both arms off. I'm both hands. For 40 million.
I rate Camavinga high. To be honest, to the point, I would even if you gave me an option between Camavinga, and I think I said this before, Camavinga or Tchouaméni, I would fight tooth and nail to get Camavinga. I know most people have their injury doubts and whatnot, but he's a top player, Camavinga. He's really, really a top player. So, and he would add a lot to a midfield as well. So it's just, I've
been watching him. I know I disagree. He's been a disaster as Maddison. That is way too strong, man. No, he's not been a disaster.
No disaster.
He's not been a disaster. Like, what are we talking about here? I acted like he's been Liam Delap at Chelsea. Like, stop it. No, he hasn't been. Has he underperformed? Yes. But Camavinga's better than Anderson. What are we doing? We talking about?
Yeah, technically Camavinga
midfielder than Anderson. What are we doing?
On that list, Camavinga, if we're looking at your Andersons, your Tonali's, you could argue that Camavinga is better than all those players, and that if you actually get him, you're actually getting a very good player. The problem is we just don't know a fitness. Can he play? A 50, 60 game season? Like, those things are doubts, but we're getting a quality player, and if we're getting him for 40 million, that's like the same thing when Liverpool went and got Thiago. When Liverpool signed Thiago, people weren't talking about his fitness. People were talking about, Thiago, that's an amazing player. And technically, he didn't really live up to the hype that he lived up to when he was at Barcelona or Bayern Munich. But just the thought that Liverpool was signing Thiago, that was what people were like, yo, that's, look at who they're signing. So Camavinga is a good player. I mean,
he's an exceptional player. He's an exceptional player. My biggest issue with him is just the injuries.
Yeah.
At the right price, I'd run the risk. At the right price. That's what it is. But do I think he's available?
That's
I believe it when I see it, man.
Yeah.
Again, the same way I said about Tchouaméni, I'll say it about him. I'll believe it when I'm saying it. That's it. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. But you lot run up the likes, man. How many likes we on? There's still over 80 of you lot in the building. At 34 likes, get us up to 50 likes. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell as well. Road to 17,000 subscribers, people. But yeah, let me see what else. Yeah, that's it. I understand the reservations, but he's still an excellent player. Granted, has he been at his very best at Real Madrid? No. I've watched him play at times for Madrid, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's still there. It's still there. Everything from the defensive side of things, on the ball side of things. I think he's right there as a player. But I wouldn't go and splash 100 M's on him, even though I rate Camavinga. Injuries is key. But I'd run the risk. If he's 50, 60 mil, if he's Baliba money, I'm taking him.
Yeah. Okay. Anyhow, you could get him for
if you can get him for that, I put him in that bracket in regards to, even though I think he's better than Baliba, I put him in that price range We were talking 50, 60 million for Belieber, which I think is a good deal. You can get Camavinga for that. I'm running that. Because then you can get him, who's like that third tier, and then you still go get 2 other midfielders who are more expensive, like Anderson or Wharton or Tonali or Chua or whoever. I'm a risk taker, though. I've said this, though. I'm saying, I'm hearing people like with injuries. I heard people talk about Mbappe. Like, oh, yeah, off the ball, and he don't press, and he's toxic in the dressing room, and did it. I hear all this. At the right price, am I still running the risk? Yes. Because if you get it right, I'm with it.
With Mbappe, I just kind of feel like 2 years ago, I probably would say yes, but right now, the way this team is right now, I kind of would say no, just because the drama, because we've been in the news for a lot of shit over the last.
All great players have drama, man.
Yeah.
When you like what world class player, like what player that is like top 5 in the world doesn't come with drama? I don't. When people say that, I always get confused because even if we was to buy Yamal and he comes to Man United, there'll be drama of some sorts. His dad will bring drama. Do you know what I mean? There's always drama.
Are you delivering on the pitch? Yeah, it's on the pitch. Are you delivering?
There's less baggage with a player like Yamal
than
Mbappe, because at least it's like, okay, cool, Yamal, cool, superstar, world-class player. Yes, there's going to be hype and everything around, but I just feel like I can take that sort of baggage from Yamal as opposed to Mbappe, because Mbappe now you're going to start dealing with his mom. You're going to start dealing with, the French.
That's very, very true. But if he's delivering on the pitch, I ain't fussed.
Yeah, for real.
Hence why I'd run the risk. I hear people's reservations. I get it. I fully get it, Paul. I get people saying no because of everything off the pitch. I hear it all.
I would run it as well.
Right? That's just me, though.
And then, of course, you also have to factor in the wages as well.
That's the reason why I wouldn't do it.
Wages as well.
It's just we're just
400K a week.
Finally leaving the whole someone being on 300K.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only, and I know for a fact, even though they wouldn't say it publicly, I know Man United are very uncomfortable with how much Mason Mount's going to be making next year. So, don't be surprised if
you just take it off Mason Mount, run Mbappe that bread, little bit extra on top, and the 7 shit.
That's what I would do. But I wouldn't be surprised next year if there's all of a sudden negative PR about Mason Mount, where it's like Man United think he could be doing more and they want to move on from him. I won't be surprised if we start hearing that, to be honest.
Well, he needs to leave anyway. I mean, I seen a photo of him on Instagram yesterday, and I'm like, why is this guy still here? Why is he still here? Like, honestly, it saddens me that we're going into yet another Champions League season, and this guy is going to be there cheesing in the photos. Like, come on, man. Get this guy out of here, man. I see, like, it's just so.
How's that wild take, Ace Madison? How's that a wild take? To say I would take Mbappe. I don't know why that's a wild take. Maybe with that. And in regards to it, what stats? I'm not fussed. Bruno got better stats than most. What are we doing? What's going on? Like, we gotta do more than stats. 100%. I'm not taking. Put it this way, I'm not taking Elliot Anderson over Camavinga. I don't think he does anything better than him.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Like,
I think he does anything better than him. Apart from crossing, and he's a better crosser of the ball. I think he's a better longer range passer of the ball. That is it.
Don't get me wrong. I do think Elliot Anderson, should we sign him, would actually do tremendous for us.
I think he does well.
But for me, I just look at it like, is it worth sacrificing to not get a player like Camavinga or to not?
Has he not played more as well? I'm sure Elliot Anderson's played more than Camavinga. So I'm sure that takes it into consideration as well. Go on.
And remember, this guy was at Newcastle. So if he was rated highly, and I don't want to be a sucker in saying this, but if he was rated that highly in Newcastle, he would be playing with Tonali and Bruno Guimaraes and all these other guys. But Newcastle said, hey, not our problem. We need to get this PSR fixed. And they cut their losses. Sad
though. I don't think they actually wanted to sell him, but it was either that or like
it was him or Lewis Miley, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was they chose Lewis Miley.
About that Lewis Miley kid. They keep saying he's better than Kobe Mainoo. Wow.
I think I'm a fan of Lewis Miley. I'm not I think he's a good player. When I've watched him play, I've been impressed.
I do wish we had someone like that as like our fifth choice midfielder, because he like when you watch him, he's like very smart on the ball. So
yeah, he seems like a good player. 100%. 100%.
What do you man think for like the backup striker position?
This is my point before you go. Yeah, a stats comparison don't make sense because Kama barely played. What's the difference? Kamavinga has 1,000 plus 500 minutes. Elliott is at 3,000 plus, so he's played double the amount of time. Compare their best seasons and I bet ain't close. Tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, Kamavinga is superior compared to.
Go on, Cuzzy. What are you saying?
Yeah, the backup striker. What do you man think about the backup striker? I saw reports recently with Lewandowski being a free agent.
You know what? Guys.
Hey, Paul, go on.
You know what?
Go on.
I'm here for it. Lewandowski is a free agent. I'm here for it. I know most people. Listen, we did it with Cavani anyway. Cavani came and he banged in like 13, 14 goals in that one season. Listen, and especially now we're in the Champions League. I ain't gonna lie, man. Lewandowski on a free. I'm here for it. That's the kind of person we actually kind of need Sesko to play second fiddle to. If we're actually being real, that's the kind of top level striker we need. Now, of course, he's older now, and he might be stiff and and stuff like that. I get those reservations, but if for 1 or 2 seasons, and how old is the guy? 36?
36, I believe. Let me check. Something like that.
I ain't gonna lie. Listen, Lewandowski for 2 seasons.
So he's 37. He'll be 38. Nah, you know what? I'm like, I didn't realize he was that old.
He's that old.
You're gonna be 38.
21st of August. 1 season.
Nah, 38 to 30. Nah, I'm cool.
1 season. Ronaldo came back and he was what 30? What? How?
Yeah.
We're talking about a superhuman in Ronaldo, fam. Like that's.
And we know how that ended. I didn't even want Ronaldo back.
I did, exactly. To be fair,
I was adamant about that, and he went tits up. But yeah, Camavinga, I thought he was young. I thought he was like 34, 35. It was 34, 35. I hear it. 38? Nah.
Yeah, I just think it's a tall ask
38.
for someone to come into the Premier League at 38. Yeah. I do like the premise of getting someone on a free who's got Champions League experience, but Lewandowski, I just think he needs to go America now, man.
For me, if we had a complete team, like midfield, defense, goalkeeper, all those areas sorted out, I'd be like, listen, for 1 season, I'd run it. But hey, I mean, to be fair, Danny Welbeck's also available too. So that and he's Welbeck's.
Yeah, Welbs ain't 38.
Yeah, no, Welbeck's 34, 35. So Welbs
is 35 going on 36.
Yeah, so that I could actually run with. If Welbeck's available, I'm like, listen, on a free, just come do 1 or 2 more years.
Welbeck out of contract.
Yeah.
I think he is, yeah.
He's out of contract.
Yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't sign Welbs or I didn't want CR7 when he returned. I seen what Kaneki said about Zlatan was 36. No, I'm just not with it. I'm not with the Lewandowski one. I'm not with the Welbs one. Yeah, I ain't with either of those two, to be honest.
Either that, we just wait for 1 more season and then look for.
I just run it back with Sesko and Xerxes, to be honest.
Because we didn't know Gyökeres.
Do you think Xerxes actually good enough, though? Do you actually think?
Again, it's him. It's game time, number 1, and number 2. I've seen enough for him to go. You deserve a shot backup, yes.
The only thing I would say is like Xerxes. The way I see him is he's one of them guys who like you need to play him to see the best. He's not an impact kind of sub, like.
Absolutely.
You need to play him to see the best version of him.
Yeah.
But to play him, that means he needs more game time than what a backup striker does. So I don't know, it's like a catch-22.
Maybe I think he gets more game time than we expect, being in 4 competitions.
Well,
bear in mind the Champions League is 8 games, number 1. Number 2, you got League Cup, and then you got FA Cup. And then you've got midweek games in regards to the Premier League. I think he sees the pitch a lot more.
Yeah, maybe you're right. But I feel like Carrick's, even though we call Xerxes the backup striker, I genuinely honestly think in Carrick's mind, the backup striker is in Bremer.
Yeah, that's cool. So you saying go get a right winger instead?
No, I wouldn't even get a right winger. I genuinely, I feel like the backup striker needs to be addressed because, I really do like Xerxes, but it's dawned on me. I don't think he's good enough, man. Like, and again, I don't want to use Nottingham Forest game as like the bar, yeah. But it's just like he should have just done so much better, man. These last couple games, and like, I don't know. To me, if he just plays within himself, so.
Well, I think that's two things. I think the one that could be with game time and match sharpness, and two, actually, I just put that down to just match sharpness and not playing. But he didn't do well at Sunderland, but we was terrible. But at least he's in the game against Forest. And yes, he should have scored, but
he should have scored. But to be fair, if people are criticizing Xerxes yesterday, then you should also hold the same smoke for Mbeumo and Diallo.
Oh yeah. Mbeumo missed some saves, and I'm at the score. I think he deserves an opportunity. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with most. I'm not saying these players are good enough, but I'm saying they deserve an opportunity. Same way I spoke about Carrick and the managerial side of things. This group of players, I think they all deserve an opportunity to showcase where they're at. And I put Xerxes in that. Let him play. I ain't seen him get any form of, I'm not saying week in, week out. I'm not seeing him get any form of consistent minutes to say he's not. Like, we're going to play at least 55 to 60 games next season. At least. Like, fifth. Let's say, because it's going to be 38, and then you've got 8 in the Champions League alone. Let's say we get through that 48, FA Cup and League Cup. So let's say it's 50, for example. You're going to get ample game time to showcase what he can or can't do. Hence why I wouldn't go and get a backup striker, personally. Address the first team. If you're going to go get a striker, you go get a style.
I just feel like, I think maybe, I guess the left winger part, maybe that's the only part in the attack I would address. But other than that, when it comes to backup striker, I think that could be like a next season thing or a January thing. Because I just feel like that midfield's critical. Going into a midfield this season, Casemiro, listen, as most people could say, his time at United might not have been what they envisioned it to be compared to Real Madrid, but he was such a force in our midfield for these past 4 years that losing him now, we need to find the right 3 players, 2 to 3 midfielders that could really make up that or fill that void in, because going into the Champions League now, we need to have a compact midfield, because if we if we play teams like I don't know, Fenerbahce or what you call it, the Galatasaray, these teams would show you up. So we have to be prepared for the Champions League next year. So the team is more
going to address it. Agreed.
I actually think Man United make a purchase before the around the start of the World Cup, And you know what? Even though we're all talking about price tags, one thing we do need to take into consideration is, as soon as Man United does show interest in a player, we're still Man United, isn't it? So it will turn whoever's head 180. Like, remember when we put in interest for Mbeumo, and Arsenal was interested, Newcastle was interested, and then it came out in reports he was telling Brentford he only wants to go Man United. So I'm pretty sure stuff like that will happen again, where like Man United will table interest, and then that player says, I don't want to go anywhere else. Like, just make Man United happen. So I do think we'll get a purchase. I don't know who. I'm hoping it's a midfielder and not just some irrelevant position. But I think we get a purchase ASAP, because we have a lot to do, man. You can't be making 5-6 signings and like leave it to the last month.
Yeah, we can't do that. If we don't have our signings by like August, if we don't have 75 to 80% of our signings by August, then it might be a sticky start to the season. And I don't want that to happen, because once you start off on a slow patch, because I honestly do feel like next season, yes, they say Arsenal would be favorites and City would be there, but this is honestly the chance now to put pressure on 2 teams now and be like, hey, listen, we're here next year. Liverpool, Chelsea, all these other teams, they got their issues to fix. We, to be honest, have probably been in the most stable state that we've been, at least in the last 6 or 7 years. This is kind of like the most quietness for Manchester United that I've that it's kind of been. So we need to sort of like capitalize off that stuff and just keep moving forward, because next season, if we get all our targets correctly,
which we can,
it doesn't take that much to really find yourself in a title race. It was a joke, like we was shitting on Arsenal for as long as we could, until they magically found themselves in the title race. And yes, they haven't won it, but it only took that moment of us clowning them to then boom, now they're in the title race now every season. And that's now like the expectation of Arsenal. Whereas when you rewind the clock 4 years ago, these guys were damn near fighting to stay in the league because they were down in like 15th or 14th place. So anything in this league could change. We just have to just make sure that we're buying smart, and we're not doing the Chelsea shit where it's like, oh, we're buying young players and trying to flip them for profit 2 years later. Like, just everything has to come with an intention to move towards the league, mount a title challenge. That's really what it should be about.
I think it's one of them. We got recruit. Yeah, it's about it's key. Recruitment is key, and we'll continue to say that as well. So we just gotta do what needs to be done in the window in regards to the midfield. I would say a fullback, potentially maybe a centre back as well, and go from there. That's what I would say.
Centre back is crucial now, though.
Yeah, do we go and get a starting centre back?
I think you do, because and this is the problem, because everyone kept on saying, Maguire's like the best backup centre back in the Prem, but he's not going to be backup, guys. Like, he's not. He's not going to be backup because, one, I just feel like Michael Carrick, I'm just going to say how it is. Michael Carrick is going to go with the English boys. If available, he's going to go with the English lads. Unless there's someone who is clear-cut better than them that gets bought in the summer, he's going to go with Maguire, he's going to go with Luke Shaw.
So do you think we should go a left-sided centre-back or right-sided
or right-sided? That's a good question.
We should get right-sided. And I say that because I have a lot of faith in Aiden Heaven. I don't really think Martinez is good, very good quality if he stays fit. So, but I think Aiden Heaven, especially next season, if he gets a lot more game time, I feel like his potential might even rise higher than Yoro's. Honestly, I think it might. Yeah. There's that. I think right-sided, we actually need a proper, like top 10 centre back in the Prem level centre back for right side.
So who would that be in your assessment or opinion?
That is a good question. I actually haven't thought about that,
Because if we were getting a left-sided one, I would have said what's his face at Bournemouth. But since Spurs are going to stay up now, it looks like he's going to Tottenham.
Yeah, why would you? Like, surely we could.
I mean, it makes no sense to me. But again, at the end of the day, these guys, I don't know. I think maybe Spurs have promised him, and London too. I guess living in London is, I guess,
Bournemouth's outside of London, but yeah, maybe once.
Yeah, but it makes no sense to me why he would do that, especially now Bournemouth might actually even get Champions League, which, to be honest, is actually one of the dumbest. No disrespect to Senesi. I mean, I know his agents are probably working hard, but it's a dumbass move to move from Bournemouth to Tottenham at this stage.
Bournemouth gonna be in Europe. They're gonna be in. They'll probably be Europa League. They're probably gonna make top 5, but yeah, they'll probably do Europa. I don't know, but yeah, I think because reports came out a few days ago talking about De Ligt, and there's been a setback and he wouldn't be back. Go get a right-sided centre back. Go get a right-sided centre back. I'm not even convinced. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't convinced about Martinez,
Yeah, that's the thing. When Martinez is like, it's like, but like what Cuzzy said, Aiden Heaven is a very, very competent replacement for Martinez. So if Martinez breaks down, I'm like, okay, cool.
Heaven. Yeah, that's fair. You know what? Valid point. That's fair. You both said the same thing. Right?
Heaven could take place. Right. Now with Lenny Yoro, I still believe in Lenny Yoro. I know some of the fans are like, yo, we should probably cut our losses with Yoro and everything. I feel like that's harsh. I felt because he has had some good games this season too. But with Yoro, if it's a bit like there's kind of a bit more skepticism if De Ligt's not there and Euro is the one that has to fill in his shoes. If it's for like a few games, fair enough. But if it's like for like a prolonged period of time, then that's probably where like the question mark comes in, and it's like, do we really want Euro to play those amount of games? Whereas Aiden Heaven could probably take that pressure or could deal with that pressure. So I don't know what right-sided center back that we do go for, because really, I was really only looking at left-sided center backs that I forgot about the right side, because even Schlotterbeck plays on the left side, I think. So, Van de Ven is a left-sided one. I think Murillo could maybe play both, but again,
he's left-footed. Yeah, he's left side. He's a left footer. Kaneki saying I go for Lukiba, Todibo, Ramon, and Tamori. I even know about
Todibo, and it's a good question. You mentioned Todibo. With West Ham going down, that could potentially be.
I wouldn't go and get Todibo. Tamori, I've not watched in a minute, and I'm not too sure, and I'm not unfamiliar with Lukiba and Ramon.
No, Lukiba is from Leipzig. Yeah, he's actually competent.
Yeah, no, I'm saying when I say I'm unfamiliar, like in terms of me watching him.
But why is that Lukiba? He's no different from he's like a Lenny Yoro. He's another project centre back. He's not someone that if he comes in, he's not a starter week in, week out that you have full confidence in. It's Yoro where it's like
you saying we need to go get another Delete type.
A Delete, competent.
The thing is though, even though I'm not sold on Todibo, but the reason I think Man United might even go for him,
is because they were linked to him before.
Yeah, we was linked to him before. Man United always do that thing of if we've linked to someone, they keep them in the database forever and they'll go back to them.
They'll go back.
It might make sense because it might be a cheeky 20 mil.
20, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Are we really going ahead with Todibo or Martinez?
That's the thing. I honestly don't think with me if it's Todibo that we end up with, I low-key would be underwhelmed. Because
we need a center back better than Martinez. Like whoever the center back we bring in has to be the better than Martinez. He has to be the best center back.
Like at this point, I'd rather
who that is. I don't know, by the way, people. So don't ask me no names.
I'd rather Lukeba, because even Lukeba, don't even sleep on Lukeba because he's from RB Leipzig. Vivel, I mean, that's all he just has to do is just put in a phone call and boom, he's here.
Go get Kanate from Liverpool on a free, man.
Nah, there's two players I feel like if we was being serious about the centre back market, there's two players you could go for. There's one in Upamecano. From
my God, I don't rate Upamecano.
But that's I'm thinking about players that Man United's been linked with, so they won't have to do the whole scouting process. There's Upamecano, and there's also Barcelona always need to rise up peas because they're broke, so you could go trouble them for that.
Around you talking about? Around you talking about?
Yeah. So.
Again, I guess
I don't know who we go and get. I don't. It's a tough one. It is tough.
It's a tough one. I honestly feel that because it's preference. I'm not really a fan of Upamecano and Araujo. Fair enough, but he has bozo moments. So I don't know. I just feel like United. I just hope they don't do the broke thing and just do Todibo for 20 million. But I do think like that's kind of like the most like the most straightforward thing that anybody could do. But I'm just thinking, what right-sided center back could we really get in this league?
Just think about it. If not, we're gonna have to deal with Harry Maguire week in, week out. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I want to say midway through the second half, Nottingham Forest clocked, oh shit, like the centre backs, they can't get out to their man, innit? So if we cross it into the box, but we don't cross it deep, we cross it like coming back to the deep.
Yeah, trust me.
They figured it out. They figured out, like, their man can't actually react. Like they can't get back out to their man. When they're running back, they can't then run back.
Maguire and Martinez, it's a slow center back pairing.
That's the problem. No athleticism there.
We need to be fair, and I mean Todibo is pretty quick across the ground. So, but in terms of like defending, I don't think he's not
a progressive passer. He's not progressive. He's just like he's decent one-on-ones, and decent aerially. That's about it, to be honest. He's not a big conversational point.
Honestly, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say it's an area they definitely need to adjust. They need to account for because Maguire can't play week in, week out.
Now we talk about it more. It makes more and more sense.
I think for the center back part, we might honestly need to. That now is probably a position where we need to shop outside of the Premier League, because I look at the Premier League. I'm like, yeah, I think that's one where it's like if we go to Bayern Munich, or if we go to like Borussia Dortmund, or even in Italy or wherever to get in a center back, I feel like that is where we need to act for.
I swear Marquinhos is out of a contract, man. I swear.
No, man. Marquinhos next to Martinez.
Man, I don't rate Marquinhos, man.
Marquinhos next to Marquinhos next to Martinez.
You know what? I'd rather if the options are so bad, I'd rather just take up Meccano and just call it a day.
Nah, I wouldn't even do that. Like
I wouldn't even do that. But at this point, it's getting to the point where it's like, because if we're going through all of these options and it's like Araujo, Meccano, Marquinhos, I'm just like, yeah, I'd rather just take off Meccano and just call it a day. And even him, I'm not even really satisfied with the way he plays. So,
Schlotterbeck has a release clause, but it's only to certain clubs, to my knowledge. Why just the clubs? Is it like non-German clubs? Like, is it Champions League clubs?
Yeah,
like,
probably.
Champions League, but I think he's on the left side.
Yeah, he is. He is.
So that's
he's left-footed.
Left-footed. So that's the problem. Sure. Unless it's a thing where we just stuck it out with Maguire, or unless this shit now when you really deep it, because
peak for the
is
if he could stay fit, we'd be calm, man.
For a centre back to have a back injury, he's done at him. Like, not even not being rude, but he's done. If we get even a squad player out of him, we would have done well, bro. Like, he's done. They need to start thinking about
life after, because I don't think that I don't think that situation gets.
That's why honestly, it's so annoying that Euro hasn't kicked on, because it would be easier to just be like, all right, cool, Euro. Even though Euro's young, Euro should be one of them players that he's young but he's experienced, so he's not really a young player.
I know what you're saying. Well, he's a young player with experience. I hear it.
Yeah, it's annoying that he hasn't kicked on, because honestly, to me, Heaven looks like the more experienced player out of the two.
Yeah.
It honestly,
we need a centre back.
It really just might be that Lukeba guy. The more I think of it now, I think it's just if we don't want to take the risk with your upper Mecanos and Marquinhos,
I with that.
I think it could be Lukeba.
Don't be surprised if we get linked with Braithwaite again. Still,
oh man,
again left-footed, isn't he?
No,
you're right.
I think
Lukeba's left-sided centre back as well. Why is everyone all of a sudden on left-sided centre back? Where's the right?
Lukeba's left side. You see, I thought so.
Lukeba left-footed as well. Jesus.
Yeah, that right-sided centre back. It's really looking. That's looking really peak. It's honestly.
Everyone's left centre back, yo. Yeah, they gotta go get a right side. We need a right-sided centre back.
We might need to settle for Tadibo for 20 million and just hope that shit don't cost us.
I'm trying to think, because in the Prem there ain't really any standout centre backs like that.
Yeah, they're not really.
There is someone we could go for, but I know you are gonna say no straight away.
Good.
He wants out of Tottenham, innit? So.
Romero. No way!
Romero.
This fucking
past 5 minutes.
Romero and Martinez on the same team. We'll be getting red cards.
Yo, cause he trying to set us up. Tell him again. Paul, say that again. Say that. Wait, Paul. Whoa. Rewind that. Say that shit again for the people.
Romero and Martinez on the same team. Literally, we'll be getting red carded every week. We don't even have no center backs. Like, it's just
that's why you're bad man,
I'm just throwing names out there.
Yeah, just throwing names out. Romero and Martinez together. That is menacing. See, look, just a Spurs fan. Look at this. Please take him. I'm with you.
Hell no. No to Romero.
What about Lacroix? Is it Lacroix? Is that how you say his name?
Yeah, he just recently became their captain. I don't know how.
I don't know exactly. Yeah, he might be tough to get out. He's actually decent.
You know what? I'm not mad at that. You know,
that's
he's
not
kind
bad.
He's kind of a not failed, but he didn't live up to like the high potential he had when he was when he was in France. But yeah, I don't know.
What about what's his face from Fulham? Anderson, Joachim Anderson from Fulham.
I rate him, but it's just a lack of athleticism, man.
Athleticism.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lack of it. Whereas at least Lacroix gives you that. We need an athlete.
Lacroix is still young too. I think he's like 23.
I just googled it right now.
He's not old.
You know what? Out of the options that we've had, I'm not mad at Lacroix.
If Lacroix is available, again, you're going to deal with
Palace. Respectfully, is Palace he be available?
You know, they might want to squeeze out. If
he's 26. He's 26.
Oh, 26. Hey, still, that's not. If we could get 60 million for him, 65 million for Lacroix, I'm not mad at it, really. 65 million for Lacroix, I'd take it. I'd run with it. It's better than 20 million to Debo that we know might not even bench Maguire.
Yeah, Lacroix's decent, you know. I'm not bad.
So,
I feel it still feels kind of underwhelming for me, man.
It feels
but the thing is, everyone's gonna be underwhelmed because, like, who are even the standout right-sided centre backs that we can't get that we say are quality?
Yeah,
who are the standouts like in Europe? Who are the standouts right-sided quality midfielders that we say even in the Prem? Like you got Saliba, Kanate, Kusanov.
Yeah,
obviously they're unavailable to us, but I'm just pointing out like the best. Like Villa, who's their right-sided centre back? Is Konza, isn't it?
Konza, yeah.
Like, yeah, Senesi left. That's Madison. Senesi, a left-sided centre back. He's left-sided. He's left. We're talking strictly right-footed, right-sided centre back.
What do you think of Konza, though?
Konza's good, but would he leave Villa? Bro, Villa we're rivals now. Villa and
he's decent. I wouldn't go and get him though.
They will never sell us any player from Villa. You'll be lucky if you even get like Rodgers from Villa.
Ramon Salavini. I can pronounce that name.
There's not a good crop. This is not a good crop of centre backs.
This is where your scouts have to be smart.
What about what's his face from? But again, it's forced.
On
left-footed.
He's left-footed. Fuck.
I honestly would assign the left back and centre back positions to Vivell. You know, I would, because he has a vast knowledge of the European market.
That's why I said,
like if you leave it to Wilcox, I guarantee you he will say something stupid like, let's get Brithwaite and convert him to right side.
Yeah, and right side. So you wouldn't do that.
What are you talking about?
Vivell would. I think Vivell, to be honest, is key for that right-sided position, because honestly, he has the Leipzig network. That's why I said Lukeba, even though, to be fair, Lukeba is the left-sided center back. But them RB Leipzig players or RB Salzburg players, you know, don't be surprised if we just out the blue, just some random name that we've never heard before just pops out from nowhere. Or he goes to France and we just pull out some random center back from like Nice. Or
that's why this guy is Boudal that he mentioned. I'm just googling some of these because I don't even know these names that Carrick is saying. That ain't Boudal is from. He's Moroccan. He plays for Rennes.
For Rennes, exactly. Don't be surprised if we just pluck out some of these random players from some of these places, and yeah. Yeah,
I'm just googling these to see that. Yeah, Kaneki, I'm just googling that. So, Decola is a 6'4" Italian centre back, currently on loan at French side Paris. Oh shit, he's from Brighton. Yeah, get him 100%. Get him ASAP. He's at Brighton. That Coppola. He's on loan from there.
That guy was like, everyone what happened to him? Everyone wanted him. I feel like at a stage.
I don't know. I think he's in Italy. I'm skeptical about Italian center backs.
Really?
I'm skeptical.
That's their bread and butter.
No. Well, coming to the Premier League is because I don't know. I guess I think Nerdin talked about this before. I feel like the pace of Serie A is very slow. So I don't know. I'm skeptical. I'm not saying I'm not opposed to it, but I'm just a bit skeptical because they play their tempo at a completely different tempo compared to ours. So I don't necessarily know, but we'll see though. We'll see.
There's options. Kaneki's come up with names still. I was just googling some of these and they seem decent. Like when you look at their stats and numbers and stature and height and all this type of stuff. So
honestly, Lacroix, of all these names, I mean,
Lacroix's not a bad shot. You know what? If we was to go sign Lacroix,
it's not a bad
shout.
I would take Lacroix. And if he's available for 60-65, I'm like, yo, that's fair play. You know, it seems obvious. It seems it wouldn't set the world on fire, but honestly, at least from some of what I've seen from him this season, even when we played Crystal Palace in February, I think he was one of their I think, to be fair, got sent off in the game, but that was not fair, you know. But he performed well. He did relatively well when we played him. So Lacroix is decent. So it depends now if what's his face would utilize that scouting network and really like look through Europe to see who we could get. But yeah, that center back, that right-sided center back position is critical now. See, left-sided wouldn't have been an issue because I would have just said, okay, Schlotterbeck from
yeah, exactly, yeah. But Martinez and Heaven, I'm cool with. I'm cool with those two. That right side is a problem because Maguire gonna be ahead of Euro. We can't be Maguire.
Maguire can't play. We can't play. He can't play. I'd rather use Maguire for more cup games and some Premier League games. I don't really want to see Maguire in the Champions League games at all.
Big pitches.
I don't want to see Maguire. You're going to play what? Atletico Madrid at the Metropolitano. Maguire starting. You're going to Nou Camp. Maguire starting. Allianz Arena. Maguire starting. PSG. Parc des Princes. Maguire starting.
That's honestly with Carrick, I can see that happening, and that's why circling back. Your guy Tuchemeni Flores makes so much sense because man can fill in as a centre back. He can fill in as a centre back.
Trust me, I'm with you on that.
He was doing it under Ancelotti, and I remember Ancelotti saying, like, I know he wants to kill me because he hates centre back, but he plays so good there. And
he's a very good centre back. 100%.
Yeah, that's why when they're making their signings, they need to think like, where can these guys play? Like, what two positions can they actually play in?
You know what? Maybe honestly, that could just be our way out. We signed Chouameni, well, if he's available, of course. And we signed Chouameni and we signed Baleba. That's it. And then we just the last midfielder option would be what? Anderson or Finale or whatever, because then you're like, cool. If there's a center back crisis, Chouameni drops back and he could play center back. And then Baleba just comes in and he fills in for midfield and could play with Mainu. That honestly could be a way out, honestly.
Yeah, potentially. We'll see. No, I get what you man are saying. That's why I would. And yeah, Jez, I wouldn't play like Chouameni there week in, week out, but like as an option. And even playing him like as a DM, he can help cover over that side as well. For being really real. All right, people. We're going to close out. Run up the likes. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell as well. Been a minute since we've done a long ManDem United show like this. So yes, again, run up the likes. Hit the subscribe button. Notification bell as well. Paul, shout out your socials, man. Let them know what you got coming up, where they can find you, all that good stuff.
Yeah, DJ Paul 703 on Instagram and on TikTok too as well. So we got some new material coming soon. In addition to, of course, the old DJ videos on the platform.
DJ Paul 703 people. So make sure you subscribe. Hey, Cuzzy, anything you want to add? Big up everyone in the chat as well, man.
Yeah, big up the chat, man. Big up the ManDem. It's good seeing you guys. I ain't been about for a couple of weeks.
Well, good, man.
I should be around now for the next couple of weeks. I'll definitely be around next week. Next week I'm going to be in Amsterdam, so should be around.
Let's go. Fucks with it. Yeah, man, 100%, man. It's always good chopping up with you. And yeah, people, I will be doing a watch along on the extra channel for the Arsenal Burnley game. So I'll be live an hour from now. So like 15 minutes before kickoff, I'll be live for that. Then we're back live on here, doing a solo Q&A. That'll be like 11:50 p.m. UK time. And then game one of the Western Conference Finals, people. Game one, Western Conference Finals here on the main channel. You got the Spurs taking on the Thunder, people. So that's going to be a fire. That's going to be a fire series. So yeah.
Who do you man think will win?
OKC in 7.
OKC and who?
The Spurs.
Probably OKC. I ain't gonna lie.
OKC. But you know, in the season they swept them. You know that.
Well, OKC swept the Spurs, or the Spurs swept
the
OKC?
Spurs swept OKC.
But one thing he missing for some of the games, the SGA. SGA.
Oh, I don't know.
So SGA was missing for a couple. Hey, Jez, let us know. Jez is OKC. I don't know. I swear SGA was missing for a couple.
I think OKC have that. I think who's on the Eastern Conference? Knicks and Cleveland.
Knicks and Cavs. Right. I think Knicks win that. To be fair,
I
think the Knicks win that.
I think they do. The thing is, if I support them now, I'm not, because I tried supporting them last year, and that ended horribly. So I don't know.
I think I've got the Spurs, man.
Spurs in what?
Spurs in 7. Oh, wait, am I saying that? So what? They're gonna go to OKC and win? That's crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Spurs in 7. Okay, first. You gonna find out. Oh, yo, people, don't forget this show. All the other shows on the channel are available on all audio platforms. So Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV and you'll find us. So go to Spotify, type in Sarcasm City TV, 5-star us, follow. You can listen audio only. Same with iTunes, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast. Big up to Sai, who's been a member of the channel for 25 months. Big up to him. Links in the pin comment for the membership. Big up V33 and SB for their super chats as well. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule here on the main channel. Let you know all the shows that are coming up this week. Same with Sarcasm City TV Extra as well. Go and redirect to Saeed. So put Sarcasm City TV raid in his chat. This has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in. Yeah, blessings you, man. Good show that. It was good.
Yeah, man.
Good show.